So this is Phantom Electric Ghost, and we're excited to talk about our brand new record, Peg Forever, which was just released yesterday on the 26th of August, 2022. And what we always like to talk about is our sponsor first. So check out newsly.me, use coupon code GHOST2021, receive 1 month free premium subscription. This podcast is on Newsly, so you can stop scrolling and start listening. Use coupon code GHOST2021. That still works, and you can listen to our podcast there after we're done, as well as check out all kinds of news articles and interesting things. So check that out. Newsly, stop scrolling and start listening. So Peg Forever, you can see the Spotify link there, was released yesterday. We've got a YouTube link we're going to bring up later. But it's a really interesting album. We spent the last 2 years putting it together. And in this episode, we're going to actually go to our Spotify and play some of the tracks. So, what is Phantom Electric Ghost? Phantom Electric Ghost is a band that basically is my vehicle as a singer, songwriter, producer, synthesist to take out all my ideas. Now, previously, I've used a Phantom mask when I used my character Josephine Electric, and the idea of the band is it's a band of phantoms or ghosts that are stuck between this world and limbo and the next world. And they're all musicians, but they died and then they became ghosts. And then the world doesn't really know they're ghosts, so they just think they're putting on some kind of mask, some kind of stagecraft. And Josephine Electric is the lead singer of the band, and we actually have a song that she does on this album. This album is rather explicit, so if you're sensitive, then you probably don't want to listen to some of the tracks. Especially the track we're going to bring up with is the idea of who is Josephine Electric. Well, Josephine Electric was a character I was able to build using Roland vocoders, which are more than vocoders. They're actually called transformers. They're called voice transformers because they can change your voice into a different character. And when I discovered these, I initially discovered their technology on the Roland JDXI, which is a hybrid analog synth. And then later, I was able to figure out how to use it on their separate devices, which allowed me to connect it directly to microphones. So then what I was able to do is use the VT3, which is a monophonic version of it, and then there's a VT4, which is a polyphonic version of the same device. Yeah, what's interesting about that device is it in real time allows you to do a voice. Unlike a Camille that Prince did, it was like a sped up tape. Later, he must have used vocoders when he did it live, but initially it was a sped up tape, and then he would like slow it down to get Bob George and speed it up to get Camille. And so that was an interesting thing that he did. And we like the idea of what David Bowie did with Ziggy Stardust and what Prince did with Camille. And so we came up with this idea to create Josephine Electric, who had actually been a character in some science fiction short stories we wrote. It was like ethereal being. She was more of an ethereal being. We kind of turned her into a ghost. And then we came up with that idea of Peg. So that it was kind of a new concept because we had been playing keyboards for many years, and we weren't sure how we were going to actually do that because we realized, in order to be a successful musician, you have to kind of be like a singer songwriter and be able to have your own material out there. And then the way our material was is best if we actually did it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and bring up the Spotify that we've got, and we'll just make sure that we can bring it up because I think I got it set up. Yeah, there we go. So we can see Peg Forever is there, and we're actually going to go to a song that Josephine did, so you can hear the difference in how she sounds. So this song is called "Only the Hard Boys Get to Fuck You," and like I said, it's pretty explanatory, but it's this is an explicit album, so you can see a lot of these tracks explicit. So if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff, you can stop listening. But the whole idea of this song was that Josephine's kind of talking about a friend of hers that she basically says she wants a sensitive, understanding guy, but she always goes for the rough boy. She always goes for the tough guy, and And the tough guy, is the whole song talking about codependency, and it's not really working out, but that's what she wants, even though she says she doesn't want it. And Josephine's kind of pointing out to her, it's like, well, if that's codependent love, that's not like a real love. That's not ascendant love. And the ideas on this album is that we had an album called Ascending into Darling Mode, and we have songs where we kind of talk about ideas we brought up in other Peg albums. Like Ascending into Darling Mode is name checked in French Kiss, not only her lips. And then the idea of crash guitars on Mars. We had the song that they play crash guitars on Mars, and we bring that line up again in some of our songs. And so we like to take recurring themes. We talk about these dome cities on Mars, and so these are ideas we brought up in other albums, and we've kind of always been into kind of a sci-fi kind of mode. But we're gonna get into this next song, and it's called "Only the Hard Boys Get to Fuck You." It's got features Josephine. So this is that was Josephine Electric, uh, and it seems like sometimes like on the net, the sound of this isn't as good as what you get if you just listen to it directly. Trying to put giving us the great best sound. So the album. So we can go back to that. So this that was just a preview of what she sounds like, and that's actually able to do that in real time. And so that's something we've always enjoyed in terms of our capability with some of our hardware. And the whole thing with this album is trying to use music technology to kind of push things in multiple directions of multiple genres at the same time. You kind of hear punk and new wave in that song. That's the whole point of it. You get a feel for it. It sounds a lot better when you listen to it directly on any of the platforms. Now, we've also got it on. You can try one of the videos. Because we're going to try to bring up one of the videos. Because we actually have a video for the lead song French Kiss, and so we're going to try to bring that up and see if that fares better in terms of at least you can see the visual concept of the band. So what we're going to do is we're going to share the screen and hope we can get the audio to come through at the level again. What we have on the album itself is a lot better than what you heard there probably. So we're going to try to play this now. We're going to get into the first lead single. We actually make videos for our stuff. So we're going to bring that up. And I'm just queuing it up now and making sure my StreamYard has it. So you can see I've got a playlist for it. And I'm getting ready to bring it up. So I'm going to drop the Spotify, bring up the YouTube, and then get into French Kiss. Not only her lips. And so we're going to get into that in a second. Make sure we actually cue it back up.
Is the deepest soul. Deepest is soul killing, your intent, a heart, but passion just deep phrase, yeah. Not only on the lips, it's deep soul kiss. Romantic intent of the heartless passion. Wanna get out the computer and phone and the TV and get on my knees and envelop in you. Wanna get off the computer, wanna get off the phone TV and get on my knees and envelop in you. French kiss away on the left. Romantic deep soul care. enveloped by beauty, enveloped by beauty, enveloped by beauty. A French kiss not only on the there's a deepest soul kiss. Heartless passengers dear. Heartless passengers dear. Wanna live in a French kiss. When I'm not only on the list. Wanna live in a French kiss. Wanna live in a French kiss. When I'm only on the A French kiss not only on the lips. It's the deepest soul kiss. Really content in a heart just eat. Get off the computer. Get off the phone, TV. Get on my knees enveloped by her ravishing beauty. So close to just you and me. You're living in that dream. French kiss, not only on the yeah, it's the deepest romantic intent. You're a place of passengers. Live that French kiss, no, live that French kiss, no, on the lips. A French kiss, no, on the lips. Get off the computer, get off the phone, get off the TV. As soon as I see you, get on my knees. So close, just you and me. So close, just you and me. You're sending her, can't you see?
So that is French Kiss Not Only on the Lips, and that's the lead single from Peg Forever. So we make our own videos, talked about that before. We kind of go through, take actual real footage from our studio that you see behind me, and then we manipulate it on the iPhone with a bunch of apps, including one called EFKT, which we like a lot. And it does that neon thing that you see there. So the next thing we're going to do another from Peg Forever. So we're going to just go roll into the next video. So I'm going to get that queued up again. And so we're going to do the next song that we created a video for. So we made a lot of videos for, but we're only going to show like 3 right now. So we're going to show the next video, Boca como uma buceta.
Boca como uma Boca como uma Buceta. Go down hard and wide. I got 9 inches to feed you. Darling, I don't want to tease you. Your Boca como uma Buceta. I just can't. I got 9 inches to feed you. Yeah, darling, I got 9 inches to feed you. And you'll be screaming. I don't mean to tease you, but it's gonna go just deeper. Boca como uma Buceta. Go down hard with a margarita. Ducking on your legs. Your Boca como uma Buceta. Go down hard. 9 inches to feed you. You'll be screaming. Inches to feed you. I just wanna see you scream. Yeah. Come Come on, woman, Buceta. Here comes sweet. Nine inches to feed her. You know that you just wanna be her. So
So that was a fact. The actual album doesn't have some of that piano stuff in it, but when we made the video, we actually took another Ghost song and kind of embedded it, just to experiment to do something different for the video. But this is an example of the different varied sounds on the album. That again, Expansive Sound in Peg Forever is this idea of mixing genres, mixing like Latin music, mixing kind of big beat, new wave, progressive rock. It's got a lot of guitar type solos that are associated with kind of Hendrixian page, like yes, that type of stuff. Basically hard rock, but progressive type of rock, because we're doing a different take on things in terms of a lot of funk, a lot of Prince inspired stuff, a lot of Brian Eno, a lot of Bowie, with a punk aesthetic too. So the next song we're gonna do is kind of what we talk about. It's called "A Look in Her Eyes," and it's a hybrid of like what we call trash wave, and our next album is gonna be called Trash Wave in 2023. And it's basically on this album, Peg Forever. There's a couple examples of trash wave that are in the album. I mean, it's a 2-hour album, and trash wave is focusing kind of on this new wave and punk aesthetic that you'll hear in some of the songs. Like we played the first song where Josephine Electric was singing. That's kind of a trash wave type of song. So we're going to get into this next song. And do we have a really cool video for this? Just a little bit reminds you of French Kiss. We're gonna probably play that one because we like that a lot. But we're gonna play this "Look in Your Eyes" is the next song we're gonna play now. So hold on.
Time. Looking in her yeah, guys all night. Wanna get in tight. Wanna see her roll back her back. Get in tight. Get it right. Her thighs on my chest tonight. She's gonna get it romantically all over her thigh. The whip, then the whip, don't, baby. The whip, oh, yeah. gonna get it over my eyes. Wearing that like a minute so fine. No panties and I'm on the line. WTD died. Girl dead all night. They crack the whip, but don't make it all right. The fast bondage was all in time. We're in the puddle every night. Where we both cross the line. Puddle there every night. 4 fingers and you always cross the line. There's a puddle there every night. She's with the 9 along with the 9. You crack a whip all night. The fairy boys do to get it over her thigh. You crack a whip all night. Man into them, she's so damn tight. It's a fucking eruption night. Every day I touch her thighs. It's always gonna be a time. I need to get it all over the thigh.
That was Look in Her Eyes or 9 Inch Look in Her Eyes, depending on which version you see. This from Peg Forever. And we're going to actually pause the video here and actually look for another video in our. Oh, we got to stop it. But yeah, cool things that we've been into with our sound has been the ability to channel that kind of 80s feel with the new wave. You can kind of hear the weird kind of portamento coming in on what we were actually using there was actually a JDXI. Some people thought it was a Moog, but it's actually a Roland JDXI, which actually has analog parts to it. And it did that kind of weird kind of sound and probably not doing justice, but you can kind of hear it. Besides the guitar, you hear the synth kind of doing these weird wobble, kind of decrescendo wobble. It's an interesting thing that's like it was done in the 80s a lot in some new wave songs, and we kind of picked up on it and we brought it in to that song, and we're using like Roland drum machines for that song. They're very very powerful. I think it actually was using like a 909. Going between 909s and 627s, I like to use those a lot. A lot of people use the 808s, but I like to explore some of the other machines, like the 909. is very useful, and then also the 727s and the 606s are pretty cool. So the other song we're gonna get into from Peg with the last play today, because this is a 19 song album. It's 2 hours long. We're not gonna play every song. We're gonna play some of the songs that we've done videos for. So one of the things we really love about our art is we've created these videos as part of our whole motif of everything that we do with Peg. So we like to control kind of trophy in terms of our image and what we do. Lately, we've been unmasked. As you can tell, we're not wearing our mask, which is kind of typical of our normal look. But because of COVID and stuff, we've been in our home studio, just in kind of work mode, creating a lot of art, creating a lot of albums. We've actually got 2 other albums in the can. We've got I think at midnight under electric light blue or under an LED light blue, which we've been working on. So we finished Trash Wave, which is the next album after Peg Forever, and then we started working this midnight under an LED light blue. Is this next thing is another experimental album. So we're gonna try to pull up the song I've been wanting to get to. Yeah, just a little bit of hint of a kiss. So we're gonna pull this one up. And these are all like my little children for my music. So hopefully we'll get this going. I just have to get it up on the screen. So I got to share it. And it's one of these things on our tool. You have to try to share the song. Here we go. YouTube Studio, got to share it. No, don't want to share that. So wait a second. But we're going to keep on talking about the album. Like if you can see that there's a link to the record and right showing the YouTube link and the Spotify link. It also is on other platforms like iTunes and Tidal, but we're not showing those links right now. But this album was part of a 2-year effort. Originally, was part of this idea, Catfish and the Hard Boys. If you look at the description, you can see the full 9-hour record on SoundCloud. That we brought it down to 2 hours, and why it's still extreme. But that's our nature is to kind of push it in terms of what we're doing. You can hear that we're mixing the genres, we're doing all this interesting stuff, but it's all part of our need to do music the way we want to, the high demand, and so a lot of what we've done with this record is like what we like as a fan. I like bands like Joy Division. I like bands like Who's to Do. I like The Clash. I like Prince. I like Sun Ra. So it's like, oh, yeah, like. But I like all these different things, and I'm not just like stuck in like, oh, I only like trap or only like EDM. I only like this type of hip hop. I kind of cross over. I mean, one day I'm listening to Earl Sweatshirt and Tyler and Frank Ocean. The next day I'm listening to the Run DMC, or I go dive into Monk, so you never know. I never know where I'm going to go. I might be like, oh, I really want to listen to like Pink Floyd, like the Sid Barrett Pink Floyd, or Lou Reed and the Velvets, like White Light, White Heat, and they listen to them to like do thrash for like a half hour. Just because sometimes things are like a Todd Rundgren. He's a great pop singer of the 70s. I love listening to uh, uh, you know something anything. There's a double record he released. He was pretty young. He has Hello It's Me on. That is a fantastic record. It's kind of sappy, but it's a really good record, and you learn a lot from it. Even though you're kind of you're just talking about punk and new wave, why are you talking about Todd Rundgren? Because if you listen to his work, he's a really great producer, musician, and and I'm just jumping on him. But another guy I really am into is Alex Chilton. And then if you get into the female artist, which I love Liz Phair. I think Liz Phair is like Exile and Guyville. That is a big inspiration to me. And then in any of the singer songwriters like Juliana Hatfield, the Blake Babies. That I love everything she puts out. I had all the Blake Baby albums. I've gotten like all the solo records from Juliana. She's just a great artist, kind of in the mold of the Riot Girl thing or the girly sound that Liz Phair came up with. It's always been a big fan. People like to push it and just like do what they want. And Liz Fair and Hatfield have always kind of done what they wanted, and that's the spirit of what we're doing with this album. And so let me get to where I want to be because I keep on going away from what I want. So I think here it goes. So I got to make sure. Okay, I think so. We're gonna try to pull this up. And yeah, you can see it up now. I'm gonna pull up this next song. This video, we like the video we created for this song. Is like just a little hint of spit reminds you of French Kiss, and it seems like a weird, a very long, weird poetic titles. But we're gonna get a song. I'm gonna play it. So hopefully we can get this thing going.
Yeah, just a little step makes you think of French kiss. Licking lollipop, use a delicate lip. With just a little hint of a kiss. Licking a lollipop, smacking her lip. Just a little hint of French kiss. If you could ever kiss your best friend's lip. Yeah, I think that would be it. If you could ever kiss your best friend's lip. Oh, you know that would really be deep in a sound, and people say that's it. I'm even a sound, and I want to press the lips to her lips. Deep in a French kiss, one press lips to lips. Deep in a French kiss, you want to press lips to lips. Darling, where you way and smack your lips. Yeah, the you just shake your head. And it ain't mine, the mind just drifts into a cold fresh kiss. No, so kissing best friend. You know that's it.
So that is our punk in full swing there. So that's a little bit of spit, reminds of a French kiss. It's got a combination of, it's got a drum machine that we programmed to be very dynamic. It's at least to say it's got kind of a punk aesthetic, but it's got like psychedelic Hendrixian like attack. It's very loud, kind of who loud because we wanted it to be that way. But there's a synthesizer going on in the back. There's like what we call strange modulation. We're using our Moogs, doing weird arpeggiation, LFO stuff, and then we've got this kind of lyric. Because we're very much inspired by Lou Reed and the Velvets, so it's kind of like a spoken word, and there's really a story about, could you ever really kiss your best friend? Yeah, could you actually, is that really it? Like, would that be the best type of love? Like somebody that's your best friend, that if you actually could French kiss your best friend, that would be like it. And that's the song is kind of talking about, like, what if you could do that? And it's got this punk aesthetic to kind of, kind of maybe shade it, and maybe you don't really realize it's a love song, but it's got this kind of real heavy punk, kind of loud guitar attack, and all those guitars is really they're all synths. So rolls, GI with like box stomp boxes. And it's kind of like, it sounds a little different, and because it's we're a frustrated guitar player, that we found a way to channel guitar in our sense. And this album has a lot of songs that are like that, but we also have our piano type songs and our new wave type songs and our jazz inspired songs. So it's a varied experience. It's not all the same thing. It can be super loud, super, somewhat sensitive in some places. So it's pegged forever. It's basically kind of a best of the Catfish and Hard Boys project, best of our style. We don't have as much Josephine on the record. We did show you a song. Is more of my voice. We explored using my own voice, using this microphone with 512 audio, and also a mic that we got. This Sawyer's preamp launcher, LAN launcher on a ZDM1. And then the other mic we use is a studio electronics mic. So we got 3 different mic approaches. Sometimes we're using the Soyuz launcher when it's my male voice. When we're doing Josephine's voice, we use a VT3 or VT4 voice transformer. And then sometimes our male voice is using this 512 audio like we use for our podcast. So this album is like everywhere you can see. It's on Spotify. We've got the link there. We also got the link on YouTube. We already got about 5,000 plays between Spotify and SoundCloud upon release day. Well, that's pretty cool for all the Pig fans that are into it. And I know the sound might not be exactly what it should be, given the way these platforms are. I've been kind of pushing StreamYard to somehow build some kind of equalization to the sound on here. Because one thing, if you've noticed, with the synthesizer geeks that we've talked about before, is like if you test a synthesizer on YouTube and you put it on YouTube and then you go listen to it and you're like, hey, that thing does not sound on YouTube like it did in my headphones. Is that right now, like my headphone mix of what's coming out, it should be what you hear. In terms of my voice, it is, but when the music is getting compressed by the algorithms that are out on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and those places. So even though I have this going through a mixer, I have it going through a Zoom mixer, it's those algorithms that are screwing up the sound. So all I would just suggest, that sounds terrible. Go and check out the actual record. It sounds a lot better than what you might actually hear, which is disappointing because I'm trying to show a preview. But I think the videos kind of show an example of the art, so maybe that works better than just the sound. And we're actually going to be interviewing on our Podmatch platform, which actually goes through this platform. So the next interview is at noon today. We're going to be talking to we're trying to bring up his name. we've got the different era of people we're starting to interview. They're not just musicians. Where I think we're actually interviewing an actor today. And what's interesting is we've interviewed a vocal coach, an SEO expert, an author. So we're starting to branch out. So Chris Tatoli, we're going to be talking to him, and he's an actor. I'm going to get into his bio for a second, trying to bring it up. And what's really cool about what we're do here. Yeah, Chris Catoli, he's an actual New Jersey-based voice actor, and he's been parts of various video games, audiobooks, visual novels, the animated series, and then Conan fighter game Khonshu Fighter. He's played a psychopathic Chef Rower in the animated series and Daria and video game um, Brigadine Grand Edition. So, yeah, it's interesting the things he's done, and we're going to talk to him about being a voice actor and what that entails. And so that's kind of interesting. We like to get into different types of things that we're doing out there. It's just interesting to be able to do explore other things in podcasts. Beyond doing our own music and interview artists, we talk to all kinds of other people, and that's been part of our whole process. And we're very happy to be able to do this out there on the web. So we're doing that at noon today, and then we'll talk to you guys later. Again, remember, check out Peg. We'll bring up our other sponsor just because they've been with us for a while and they've been helping us out. So we're going to bring up the Newsly thing again because we think people should check that out. And it's a pretty cool deal. You get 1 month free. So we're going to bring that up again once I find it. Here we go. Yeah, try to bring it up. There we go. We just had it. There we go. So Newsly, you can get 1 month free premium subscription. Use Go 2021. You get 1 month free premium subscription. So stop scrolling and start listening. This podcast will be on Newsly, so you can hear it in audio form. And again, use the coupon code GOES 2021. That still works. And you get 1 month free premium subscription. And we suggest you do that. It'll help us out. Residual side income if people check it out, and then you get 1 month free. So try it out. Go to newsly.me, go to the iOS App Store or Android Store and check out Newsly. It is a pretty cool app to read the news to you if you're busy, you don't want to stop scrolling and start listening. So thank you very much for listening to The Ghost, and we'll talk to you all later.